Right, they analyze the risk. What else? Insurance police, that's a good definition, Caitlin. They're the ones who are the gatekeepers. They decide, are we going to write this? And if so, what price might we charge and what terms and conditions do we need to put on it? Do some brokers do underwriting? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Many brokers will, and risk managers will be telling will be suggesting, perhaps is a better word, to the underwriter, we think that we would, these limits would be sufficient. The insured can take this much of a deductible, but would you please quote several options? And here are the issues, here are the terms we really want, here are some things that we'd like. Brokers will present a wish list. It's the underwriter's job to analyze the wish list and decide what are the things we can do, what are the things that are too dangerous. I mean, many insureds will say, well, I want a complete waiver of subrogation on the policy because some of our vendors ask for it. That's nice. We don't do waivers of subrogation, which means that the insurer will be giving up all rights to claim from other insurance companies. You're not going to get that. On the other hand, if the insured is, say, a general contractor, what a not unreasonable request is to take the policy and on it place a blanket additional insured endorsement, so that, without naming all the additional insured, so that the insured can then issue certificates of insurance to all the subcontractors and vendors who say, I need an additional insured, and I need a certificate, and I need to be named additional insured. Because that's a constant request in liability policies. And if you have to go back to the underwriter each and every time and endorse them to the policy, that's going to be one very thick policy with additional insured endorsements. Whereas another client might very rarely need an additional insured endorsement, and you do want that to be on the policy, and you want that to be talked over with the underwriter. And that's another thing that the underwriter does, is decide what requests can be fulfilled and what can't. What's too much of a risk to your company? So the actual reason is to develop and maintain a profitable book of business. That's why we have underwriters. That's the purpose of underwriting. The insurer is employing underwriters to bring in business, to keep the business, to write it profitably. Does that mean that every insured should be profitable? Can you have every insured be profitable every year? No. Oh, absolutely not. Right, correct, Sue, because if the insurer made a profit on each insured every year, what would that say? The insured says, why am I buying insurance if I'm going to lose money no matter what? The point is to write a profitable book of business. Yes, you'll have losses. It's very surprising if an underwriter doesn't have any losses. And frankly, if the underwriter has a loss-free book of business, what would that tell you? Oh, well, they're a damn strict underwriter, yes. But maybe they're not doing the best job, because if you don't have any losses, you're probably leaving some good business on the table. Because you're writing it, well, you're coming at it very rightly so from a point of view of an excess liability when you don't want many losses, because excess policies tend not to be involved very often. You don't write the working layers. Whereas if you're looking at CGL, for instance, the commercial general liability, or auto, what kind of underwriter would you be if you wrote a book of auto policies and nobody had a loss? Yeah.
There's no way to underwrite.
There's no way, because you'd be turning away many good risks. You want to make a profit overall. You know that it's like, Weight Watchers, where they say you've got some points to play with. there's no way you will never ever eat chocolate again.